Hi everyone, welcome to Marianne's Mystic Mentions. I'm Marianne. It's an honor and a blessing to be here with you today. Thank you for coming back. For those that have watched me in the past prior to my relaunch, and those that are new, I am a psychic intuitive reader, and I'm interested in all the mystical things of life. I mean, the ones we see, the ones we don't see, astrology, numerology, tarot, tea leaf reading, every kind of psychic ability. I have messages that come through my guides, and thankfully I am able to share information with you which comes directly from my heart. So in addition to the messages that come through with the cards, when something else may not even be appropriately notable for the card, I'm going to say it. Okay, so that's something you will know about me if you don't know about me. And before I forget, I'm going to do a soft sale, if you will, and say that if you like this channel and you like my energy, then I would love you to like and share and subscribe and help me support this channel, help me to grow. This is going to be everything that I've ever wanted to do and had done but had to stop moving forward till I'm no longer able to talk at this point. That's my goal, okay? So hopefully you'll be there with me. And without you, none of it would matter. Obviously, it's very important to me and it's a passion. So let's get on with today's agenda, if we will. Okay, so what happens is, I was mentioning there are some things that are going to change as time goes on, and I was even trying to re-establish the visual and whatnot. I've got my new gloves. Today's the white ones because I got a lot of different gloves, and they are my magic gloves. And you may see my magic, beautiful spiritual advisor cat, Eclipse, jumping around. He tends to jump. I don't know. I think it's a good thing, right? It makes me feel like he's happy, and he's a blessing as well. So what am I trying to say? Oh, so I have two things that I definitely want to start my my readings with. One is a chakra check. Now I'm wanting to really emphasize to everybody the importance of our chakras, and to put it simply put, if you have not heard of the chakras, they are undetectable in some x-ray form, but they are vibrational centers that we have throughout our body, and they tend to, there are colors assigned to them. Okay, colors have energy. Our chakras most certainly have energy, and the different areas of our body that they are located are there because that is the portion of our life or our situation in our body that really needs that energy to keep us alive, motivated, energetic, wanting to achieve our fullest and highest goals in life. And it starts from the root chakra, it goes on to the sacral chakra, it then goes to the solar plexus, it goes to the heart chakra, the throat chakra, third eye chakra, and then the crown. And then even one more, which is the eighth chakra, which is the all-impotent, is that how you say that? Impotent? Forgive me. Sometimes, you're going to find I make up my own words, and depending on what time of day it is, I don't necessarily even pronounce them properly when I've made them up. Omnipotent. There you go. All-knowing, all-encompassing, life source, God, whatever you want to call it. It's very much a part of us. And so these chakras sometimes get out of balance, and they get blocked, and we feel maybe less powerful in that particular area. So what I like to do is just, as a kindly, gentle reminder and invitation for you to recognize these are in our body every moment of every day. And so I pick a color for us, and it's only the chakra colors now. I separated that from my intuitive color deck, which is really beautiful, and it has some really uplifting messages to go along with the idea of focusing on the specific chakra for the day. So I'm just doing this under the table. It's just whatever comes up is what Spirit really wants us to focus on. Maybe it's doing perfectly well and you're feeling more productive than ever in that particular chakra area. Or maybe you're just needing a reminder to just maybe sit for a moment or two with deep breaths and focus on it so you can open it up and allow its full potential through. And I've pulled out, oh, perfect. I pulled out the one I mentioned last. It is the 8th chakra. This is the one that is, as I mentioned, it's omnipotent. It is all that my soul has ever been and will ever become. Rest gently in this moment. My soul-filled power is here now. And that is really important. It's also bringing in a lot more energy. And as I say that to you, and it comes from above and it's being brought to us, and we have downloads, we get them in dreams, we get them in walking wake life. All we need to do is really sit and ask for that to be more, to be stronger, to be brought about more often. I ask for that anyway. If I have a specific need or question about something I don't have answers to, of course, I always turn to Spirit and say, please download the guidance and the support that I feel I need to move forward, because I'm a little stuck or what have you. I'm just, just to paraphrase, an example. But yeah, the 8th chakra. So, that's for all of us. So maybe that's something that's happening with you right now. Now I'm going to be doing the reading for Aries today, before I forget to let everybody know, and I'm wanting to do it for October. It is the last week of September. We did just start the fall equinox, so changes are here. It's a little darker in the afternoon in this room, so now I'm using my little ring light, which I hope will help. And yeah, I sense it in the air. I always do anyway. My sleeps are not the same right now. I wake up quite a bit, and I wake up earlier, the time change and the darkness in the morning, and all those factors into everything. And so I will be doing October readings as much as I can this week in between work, and I will be starting with Aries this time. Not to say that I would start in a particular order every other time as the months go on, but why not? So the other thing I wanted to do every day is mention a particular crystal of the day, because crystals are phenomenal. They're once again, very powerful tools, and they're magical, and you can read up on them, and you can never really learn enough, but I feel like they help me personally, and many people I speak to really gain an energetic upload and upliftment. And depending on the jade, or that's the crystal of the day, jade, depending on the crystal, it's going to have different properties. And so I'm going to read to you what the jade, and this is one I have, and I keep this, let me pick that up. I keep this in my pocket quite a bit. I tend to play bingo on occasion. I'm not as much as I used to, but I do like to, and I've done that for a while, and it's kind of cute and social and all that, and sometimes I'm lucky. But I'll bring it specifically on a day that I know I'm going to be doing that. It's very slippery. And it tends to help me out with luck. And I'm not just saying that. I can read to you specifically what I have picked up. I'm writing on cards now. Some of the main benefits of jade. So as a protective talisman, jade is said to offer its bearer a long life and peaceful death. Its energy is also said to have healing powers. Jade is known to dispel negative energy and attract good luck. So therefore, like I said, I bring it, and I'd always seen that. I know Asian restaurants, a lot of times I see you walk in and they have these jade plants. They'll have some fruit, but they're very, very set on for the good luck of their business or whatever it is, So Good luck is important. Jade in all varieties, except for red jade, enhances our tranquility, making an excellent stone for meditation. So that's a really good thing too. So it'll help you to stay calm. I mean, I know our minds tend to race when we do meditation. The idea is really to just do deep breaths and breathe in and out to where, you know, you get lost sometimes. You don't really, it helps with the mind and the constant thoughts. We're trying to kind of let them go, but they'll never ever go completely. And you never have to feel like you're a failure if they're still there. But if you have some little gems or crystals that might help aid to that and keep you feeling more tranquil, that's always a good way to have a meditation feel like it's more successful for yourself. So that's the crystal of the day. And I do say I do a tip a day. I'll get back to that. I know what it is. We're going to start the reading because I noticed the battery was looking a little low. And I really don't want to run out of battery during this reading, but I will tell you that a couple of really important things is that we are in eclipse season. We had the eclipse that starts the new series of eclipses in Pisces and Virgo. We had a little touch of the first one in Pisces on the 17th last week, and it will be affecting us for about 6 months. And then we, of course, have, they always run in pairs, and the next one will be on October 2nd in Libra. How does this affect you, Aries? Well, you have been in the series since 2023 of the two eclipses that run in Aries and Libra. And therefore, the last one that had your sign, which was on April 8th, was very powerful, and it was, I believe it was the lunar. Please forgive me if I'm mistaken, but I believe it really was the lunar. And now we're having the solar, the lunar being the full, the solar being the beginning, the new moon in Libra. And this affects you, Aries, because you are polar opposition of Libra. So the magnitude and the pull that happens just on a regular basis anyway, which is the exact opposition of who you are in a lot of ways, works magically sometimes. I mean, it shows us to be, for example, you're the first sign of the zodiac, Aries. You actually start the zodiac astrology new year, and that's in March of every year. And you are just this dynamo fire sign that has the best leadership skills, the best energetic, kind of like childlike, because you are the first sign, you're new, it's new, and you may or may not know exactly what it is you're going to get from your next, drive or next, idea, but you go for it anyway, okay? You're all about just making it happen. People look to you for advice. You exude incredible confidence. It just comes naturally to you. And like I said, the childlike thing is neat because I've known a lot of Aries that stay young looking most of their life. You also have the ability to persevere. You are ruled by Mars. So Mars is the warrior planet, okay? Mars can be very, very fiery. And it has a tendency, depending on, whether you're in the higher realm or lower energy, because we all have days and times when we are, and it's just the way it is, our shadowy side, they call it. And so, impulsiveness is definitely a part of it, which would then cater to maybe losing your temper. I know in a lot of Aries that are just like really fast to temper and as easily as quick to get over it. They don't tend to hold grudges. So I really like that. And people just understand after a while. Now, I had an Aries father, and he was the exception, and there always are exceptions. That's where I bring in, nature versus nurture. My dad was very soft-spoken and very quiet. So he only actually in my entire lifetime was upset with me one particular time. I think he spanked over our clothes, my brother and I, which was like the most, like it didn't hurt, but it was just my wonderful, gentle dad, you know, was upset because we were playing around in church. So anyway, you remember when it only happens once, right? It's like, oh my God, I let my dad down. What a wonderful man, you know. So Aries does not always have to be outspoken and, you know, the personality where you're just kind of like, whoa, because, you know, you feel them when they come in. They're very, you know, energy is a big part of who they are. Okay, so I love that. And they're there to help. They want to help. They have very, very big hearts, extremely generous, sometimes to a fault. And you know what I mean, right, Aries? So this is about you, and then this is about how it'll affect you with this eclipse too, because it is in your polar opposition sign of Libra, who's all about relationships and all about us and we, and how can we be balanced and how can we, you know, compromise. Aries is about me and I, and, you know, I'm the first sign of the zodiac, so I'm learning, you know. I mean, Pisces is the 12th sign, right? So Pisces has every single zodiac sign that's come before them and is basically a part of them. They're kind of this amazing sign that has insight to everything and everyone because of that. You know, the spiritual aspect of them is pretty much unparalleled, but many signs are spiritual. So, you know, and you may have Pisces in your chart, for heaven's sakes. But anyway, so that's a really big thing. And I'm not going to talk a lot about astrology, but I like to bring out the most important, pertinent parts. And I want to mention that I am using this deck again, and it is called the Pagan Netherworlds. And that's what I believe it to be, but if it's not, forgive me, because this is what it looks like. And I don't know if that's going to be, it looks a little blurry, I apologize. Anyway, I love it. It's a deck I've had for a while, and it was a gift, and I am just really vibing with it right now. And I hope you will as well. So let's get going. We're going to do the Celtic Cross. And of course, the first card will be the energy. I've always blessed my cards and asked for clear and concise messages from Spirit. The first card will be the overall energy coming through for you for the remainder of this week, but also all of October and onward because of this eclipse, because they affect us for many, many months until your next eclipse, Aries, which will be on March 29th. Of 2025, and that'll be the end of the series of the Libra Aries Libra, because you're the North Node and Libra is the South Node in these series. Okay, you have the Seven of Wands. There you go. I mean, this is very, very perfect for who you are. First of all, it is the fire. It's the fire representing the wands. 7 is, I always considered a very spiritual number. It can be very lucky in a lot of ways, but this doesn't depict it like the Rider-Waite that I always use it as an example, my first deck, a lot of people's first deck. What it does show is that it doesn't actually show up, but I'll explain it. What it's wanting to say is that you are defending yourself. You are normally in the Rider-Waite deck, you shows a person on top of a hill looking down at all the other wands, okay? So your perspective is here, very suitable for the Aries personality. And there's something that you are really fired up about. I don't know if you've been doing this for a while. I don't know if you have this in your mind and you're planning it. I mean, we had our retrograde, which slowed things down. Maybe you were starting it and had to stop. But I feel like now you're just like, you're in this mode. And trust me when I tell you, eclipses will definitely transform things, okay, and bring in new beginnings or create an ending because of the beginning very quickly sometimes. Or you may not even notice this eclipse. You may be like, what? Okay, it's a new moon. I didn't really feel anything, but I can promise you new information and new insights will be coming down the pike in the next few months. Also, I'll mention, though, that I absolutely know there's a percentage of people who've already had things happen as well as a month ago. I mean, that happened to me for the Pisces eclipse. So I just, it can go either way. It's so dependent on you and many other factors, but here's what the card looks like. And you know, you're just determined and you're going to defend your cause, you know, with everything you are, and that's who you are. And you're not going to stop. You're going to fight for your cause, and I hope it doesn't mean literally. I hope you don't have to have any real turmoil. That doesn't represent this card, but that's going to be you and your own, you know, choice, right? At all times, how you handle things, how you receive information. If you find that you're feeling anxious because of this eclipse, because it will kind of bring on that energy, it's a little more electrifying is the word that's coming to mind, because it is literally electrically charged many times. This is just letting you know, just you've got this, okay? You're feeling powerful. This is going to be in your favor, and it could have to do a relationship. You may decide, okay, make a break. You know, you're defending this, and no matter what anyone says, I'm happy, I'm in love, or we've tried, we did our best, time to move on. I mean, it obviously can be either way. In our lifetime, can you see what's happening right here with the light? It's kind of beautiful. It's lighting up my little pumpkin there, and then my friend up here, he's my boyfriend. Anyway, so no, that's a beautiful energy. I love seeing that, and it's very true to your personality. So then we crossing that will be the blessings or blocks. Okay, so let's see what we've got for you. Okay, wonderful. You're defending this cause, this new venture, this feeling, this idea, and you have the Ace of Pentacles. Wow, talk about new beginnings. New opportunities, new money. You know, I mean, Venus was in Libra up until, what was it, the 22nd, which was just on Sunday when it became, you know, the equinox, because you and Libra are also cardinal signs, and they represent a season. You represent spring, the first day of spring, and Libra being fall. We've got Capricorn for winter, and we have, I apologize, Cancer for summer. Something very, very important to you is starting with this transformation, if it hasn't already, and it's definitely something that you're believing, and I would highly believe it myself, is going to create more wealth. And wealth is money, and the pentacles often do represent that. Pentacles represent the earth qualities, you know, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo, but it's also our self-worth. It's also our homes and our jobs and our how we provide, what we eat, you know, anything having to do with the earth and yeah, the tangible things. I like to use that as the word most equated to that. So I love that very, very much. I would consider that a blessing, not a block, okay? Because if you haven't felt it, you're going to feel it, and there's offerings coming to you, okay? So just, if you've had to wait, please be patient, if at all possible. Aries, I know. I have an Aries moon, very last degrees, but I'm an Aries moon nonetheless, and I understand about the impatience. I work at it all the time because, if anything, it just frustrates me, and that's not something I want to do, right? So it feels good to wait for things. I've noticed that. I mean, especially now. No need to rush anything for me at this point in my life. So then we have the foundation. Kind of what's been your main, oh my. Here we go. The thing I didn't mention, it has all the different moon symbols, okay? Now, I'm not 100% sure, and believe it or not, this deck did not come with a book. But there's another card I've seen since I started using these again, and it has to do with, it shows the eclipse because it has a moon over a circular. So this is not the eclipse, and what I'm feeling really strongly is the new moon, okay? It doesn't show the eclipse, but this is all black. That's when you don't see anything for, what, 2, 3, 4 days, and we start to see the sliver again, right? Maybe even longer than that. So by the new moon, which would be the next eclipse, something's up, and you have been planning for this. So I know that a lot of people, and I know Aries, a lot of Aries, I think a lot of us have been waiting, and it's just like, I'm really excited, and I feel the energy from this eclipse being in Libra. It's about justice and fairness, and, you know, I mentioned that Venus was in Libra, but then it went into Scorpio, and so that's in the second house. But it doesn't matter where it is, there's this intensity and this passion and this love when it's in Scorpio. And digging to the bottom, making sure that you're checking everything out, and not ever giving up, and believing that all the beautiful things that Venus provides is coming to you, okay? And then some. And in fact, put that in your meditation, because that never hurts. And just allow it to come in, and have that trust, okay, Aries? So I like that. That's pretty powerful stuff right there. I mean, to me, it's almost like the Ace of Pentacles, because it is circular, right? But it kind of allows you to just see your own vision, write down your intentions at any new moon. Don't feel like you have to start at that very moment on the 2nd, which is the eclipse, but just know you got a lot of power working in your favor, okay? So I like that a lot. Now we have the more recent past, and you have the Three of Swords. Now, this is not one of my favorite cards to see, but what I've learned about it and through time is that, and experience, is that it's already happened, and it is in your past position. So you know that, and you are doing really well with healing, and maybe completely past it, but it still resides in you somehow. It's in your memory, and it feels like you're feeling, I don't know, grateful that you can look and say, yeah, I got through that. I didn't really think I would. When an Aries is in love, it's generally for forever, but, you know, obviously things come up. Too many scenarios to really say, but, you know, we all go through these times. And so I feel like there's a feeling of like, wow, I've come a long way, baby. And also it could be, you know, somebody that you know, or somebody you know who lost somebody. I mean, it does also lean towards, you know, third party. I mean, of course, that's a part of a certain percentage of, you know, scenarios, but bottom line, it's in the past, okay? So you've healed, you're healing every day. You know, our heart is one of the strongest organs in our body and the most intuitive. And until we leave this earth, it's the last thing to stop, right? I mean, you can be brain dead and still live because your heart's ticking, right? But we all die from heart failure in reality, right? Because our heart stops, and that's the last thing. But yeah, Spirit just asked me to mention that. Okay, so now your possible future coming up. Page of Swords. All right, you are Page of Swords, Knight of Swords. Swords in general, this represents, once again, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. So you could have somebody specific in mind this way, but the page is the youth. It's the beginning. It's like you know, young at heart, childlike, but it's also the fresh start, just the tip of the iceberg as to what this new venture may be. Information will come in though, and it'll be pretty quick. That's the fastest moving. The swords represent our mind. You know, they're the thinkers, and they like to communicate. They like to express in many forms, and so communication is coming through. And it could have to do with some missing pieces to this, you know, new whatever it is. Okay, so yeah, bear that in mind. Sometimes, you know, swords are known for being pretty straightforward, but then so are you, Aries, and that's why you have this kind of really cool affinity with air, fire and air have always been a really good duo. You know, you stoke the fire and you fuel it with air, and it's just, they work well together. It's a good combo. It could be a great power combo for sure. And then we have the immediate future. And we have for you, I feel like there was a second card. Oh, death. Okay. Is there a second card? Am I imagining that? No. Death. Wow. I mean, I don't see it. No, let me say first and foremost, death never, in my opinion, is something to worry about. Okay. Yes, I'm sure if you were to lose somebody, and God, I hope that doesn't happen, obviously, it would be because it was something that was known and it was for their betterment, which in the end it is for everybody, even if we don't understand that. No, it's not that at all. It is the rising from the ashes. It is the Scorpio sign that represents death. And I mentioned Scorpio already. And remember, in October, if you hadn't heard this, forgive me for repeating it, but it is the veil between, you know, this world and the other side, as it were, is extremely thin around, you know, Halloween and all that. So Scorpio's season starts at the end of October on the 22nd. So there's going to be, besides Venus being in Scorpio, there's a lot of passion. It's just, I don't know, you're going to have a change of heart. You're going to have a change of maybe the way you think. Maybe you'll change your spiritual beliefs. Maybe you'll start watching me all the time and thinking, wow, I didn't really necessarily believe in this, but now I do. That would be wonderful. And, you know, it's a personal thing, right? But that's really saying a lot. You've got the ace, the change, new moon, change, transformation from the eclipses that come about. You can plan it and it can absolutely work in your favor. But I will tell you that a lot of times the eclipses will bring changes if you don't. So know that if there's things that aren't working, just make that happen for yourself, because we're changing all our lives. One thing I want to bring up quickly, though, is I find a lot of times when I'm watching, and maybe it's just me, it's just my opinion, when I read about or start to listen to anybody, you know, a tarot reader talking about the eclipses, I feel like there's always this push to make it seem like it's frightening or something, or like, oh, you know, we have free will. How are you wanting to accept it? Do you believe something really magical and beautiful is going to happen? Because that's exactly what's going to happen from it. Pull from the energy that's there for us and magically put it in any category or description you want. Please don't feel fearful because you hear people saying, oh, huge change. Well, there's been change our entire lives. This is more, it facilitates, I would say, more. There is more powerful energies and always has been, but not to our demise, not on a negative, okay? So please just understand that too. There can be some miraculous things that are going to happen, and I would love you to share that with me. But yeah, that's just my own personal feeling about that. Then we have your just kind of overall feeling and attitude about it. Oh, there you go. I mentioned it before. So not only do you have the new moon and your ability to write your future out, you've got the eclipse card. Okay, so this is powerful, and it makes sense because you are very much a part of it. We've had the Aries, Libra, eclipse series, like I said, for the last, well, 12. It'll be 18 total. And that's how long the series usually lasts. And then they go into the next two. But I'm just really, I'm revved up about this because the moon has so much effect on us, and the tides and, you know, our cycles and all the things that have, I love looking up at the moon. Right now, if you look up at night and it's clear, you can see Venus really close by, very much in sight. And that's love, and that's magic, and that's money, and it's senses, and it's joy, and it's imagination, and it's beauty. It's really a beautiful planet, okay? And so, yeah, that is your overall look, and you know you're going to achieve what you want to. I know you know that as long as you're patient, because sometimes it will take longer. than we think. And then we have your environment and how things are affecting you. The Knight of Wands, there you are. You're in your energy, man. You're not really wanting to stop. And I understand that about you, Aries, and I support you in that. Because, you know, no need to give up. Look at this gorgeous picture. There you are. And if it's not you, it could be somebody very close to you that's absolutely supporting you. It does have to do with the environment. Somebody really sees eye to eye and is just like, yeah, let's do this. Maybe a partnership you have in mind. You know, I mean, partnerships are what the whole eclipse in Libra is about. So it could be on any level. It doesn't always have to be romantic, but power in numbers, you know. I know you're used to doing things on your own and you do it great, but you might decide that, hey, maybe I do want to take a chance and, you know, build this next kingdom with a partnership. So good luck to you with that. Beautiful energy to do so. You know, you're making it happen. I don't even know what else to say. It's kind of repeating itself, and it's all very, very beautiful because it's working together as a whole. And so the next is the hopes and fears. Oh, you have the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so 5 is halfway to the 10, all right? 5 is nothing to, you know, sneeze at, as they say. However, what I will say about the 5 of, and I said it's in the hopes and fears, don't doubt yourself, okay? Don't sabotage. Don't think, like I would love to have more people liking. I would love to have more subscribers because that's going to really bring my dream to life, right? Is it going to happen overnight? No, it's not. And I've done this for many years and then had stopped for a couple. So hold on to your highest self and say, I'm going to do it. And I'm doing it because I love it. And I'm doing it because I want to. And I feel like it can help other people. And just wait and see. But please don't think any less of yourself because it's not in the time frame that I brought up a few times, because time has a lot to do with, I think, basically everything. So yeah, that's your hopes or fears, just making sure that you keep yourself in a good place. And if somebody had made you feel bad at some point in time in your life, just realize it was really not you, it was their issue, as they say. So moving on to the outcome card. What a wonderful reading though, okay? And it's bringing you so much strength, and you already have strength anyway, but even an Aries can feel, you know, like they need that support and they need that, that reminder, right? So your outcome, beautiful Aries, is the 8 of Pentacles, because this is what it's about. 8 is the power number. 8 is the abundance in numerology. 8 is the tree that is making everything grow and sustain for a long, long time. Pentacles is the earth, as I said. You've got the ace, you've got the 5, and now you've gone to the 8. 8 is also in Pentacles of mastery. So whatever it is you're doing, you're not doing it halfway. You're not going to stop until you are the best. And I mean, it's just something that's really strong and motivating you. What an amazing card too. So yeah, this is also, to me, it's like the magician. You can really, really create things out of nothing and then see them materialize, okay? As long as you're putting one foot in front of the other, showing up, being consistent, loving yourself in the process, and just being grateful for where you are at this time and what is coming your way, because this is a beautiful, beautiful reading. And I just would like to end, if I may, with a oracle card. Now, I brought these out yesterday for the Libra reading because it's their birthday and I wanted to, they weren't in order, but you know, I do that special for them and anybody having a birthday in that month. And what I wanted to show you is, where is it? I'll find it. I will find it somewhere along here. I know it's not far. It's probably right in front of me. I've been known to have that happen. You know what? We're going to pull another one. That's what that's telling me right now. Let us go with the Wisdom of the Oracle. Okay, one of my favorite decks. The other was, I had it out yesterday and I was confused about it, and I took a long time trying to find the card, but that's okay. I understand it now again. It had been a while since I'd used it. And so, but we're going to do the Wisdom of the Oracle because, you know, it's pretty appropriate. Wisdom of the Oracle. And we're reading from the Oracle. I love the Oracle messages. That's just reminding us we really are watched, we are cared about. And ask a question, you'll receive the answer, okay? So for you, beautiful Aries, thank you for your time. I will reiterate, if you did like what you're seeing and you want a reading, I'm going to be doing readings in person. I have my website at puremassageTherapies.com, all one word, lowercase. And you can book an appointment in person if you're in this area. And if not, I plan on doing videos right now. So you can also book on the website, and it'll just free my time to do that in between my massages, which is what I do during the week. So let us see what Spirit has to say for you. Oracle regeneration. I mean, it just keeps continuously synchronizing, and it's so incredibly appropriate. And it's 46, which equals 10, and that's 1. That's you. That's the beginning. That's Aries. That's power. You know, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to take your incredible talents? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to travel to? Who do you want to meet? Who do you want to love? Who do you want to you fill in the dots. So that is beautiful. You're beautiful. Thank you again for your time. And I hope I didn't run out of battery. And until next time, have a beautiful October, okay? Come back and see me again for November. Or a bonus. I may have a bonus reading for you too. Bye for now.